Alright, so hopefully my shitty mic still works here. I'm just making a quick little video of the epilogue. I'm probably not going to read that much dialogue or anything like that, but this is my Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn hard mode playthrough that I just completed, and I just wanted to make this little video. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it yet, but I want to just have it. I like sort of seeing all the stats at the end of the game. That's one of my favorite things about this whole experience, because I'm weird like that. And basically, I'm just going to go through this, and if I upload it, that's probably going to mean well, that would be the first video I would upload to YouTube, and hopefully that would be the start of more Fire Emblem content coming out on the channel. So I'm just going to skip through most of this and get to the good stuff, but while we're doing that, I'm just going to talk a little bit about Fire Emblem, my experience with this playthrough, and what to sort of expect from future playthroughs. This was my second Radiant Dawn hard mode playthrough, I think. I've played the shit out of Radiant Dawn, but I'm not a huge fan of hard mode, just because it's basically the same as normal mode. A lot of the difficulty is just added tedium. You know, they take away your ability to see enemy ranges, which I think literally just makes the game more tedious, and they take out the weapon triangle, which I think is shitty difficulty, because the weapon triangle rewards the player for actually thinking about it. And yeah, if you think about the weapon triangle, it can make the game a lot easier, but taking that ability out basically just makes the game less skill-based, which I'm not a huge fan of. So I think they did a lot wrong with Radiant Dawn hard mode. Don't get me wrong, Radiant Dawn's probably my favorite Fire Emblem game, which I know I'll get a lot of shit for, but I think it's really good other than the story going to shit in Part 4. I think it's a really good game. But yeah, so this playthrough was decent. The first hard mode playthrough I did was a no-death playthrough. This one you'll see there are, I believe, 3 deaths. I was trying to make this a no-death playthrough, and then I got impatient as I was making my way through the endgame tonight. It's currently 2 in the morning. Basically, I lost Sanaki in Endgame 3 because I misjudged a dragon's range, and then I lost Ina because Ashera attacked her in Endgame 5, and I lost Raphael because, well, lots of damage. I think I lost Raphael at least. Oh, never mind, I didn't lose Raphael. Okay, I guess I wasn't paying much attention there. I think I lost a 3rd unit. We'll see when we get there. So, yeah, if we do start doing Fire Emblem content on here, what I'm thinking about doing is maybe getting a nice, like, Path of Radiance. So this playthrough had transfers from Path of Radiance hard mode. I might do a Path of Radiance normal mode playthrough, just to get some, like, good transfers. Because the transfers I have from hard mode are pretty shitty, because it's hard to get experience from hard mode. And I would mostly be playing Radiant Dawn normal mode. I don't like hard mode that much, as I just said. But yeah, it would be, because I think the only units that actually got transfers from Path of Radiance were Riss, Soren, and Ike. I think that might have literally been it. So, you know, it'd be nice to get some Jill transfers. I might even think about doing a speed run. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not, but we could try it out. Let's see, what other Fire Emblem content would we consider putting out? Do Path of Radiance playthrough, might do probably do another Radiant Dawn playthrough. I come back to this game once every couple of months and just bang out a quick playthrough. I really love Radiant Dawn. I might do, so just for a little bit of background, I've played every Fire Emblem game since FE6. I guess I haven't played Fate's Birthright, but I played the other 2. I really Not a huge fan of the 3DS era Fire Emblem games, because there's a lot less focus on actual good storytelling and a lot more focus on anime waifus, which I'm not a huge fan of. Also, I mean, this is more of an Awakening problem, not so much a Fates problem. Awakening has some real bad map design. Some of the maps are alright, but some of them are just, like, clearly thrown together without much consideration. Fates, at least Conquest, again, I can't speak for Birthright, but Conquest has some really good map design, and it's actually a legitimately fun game to play. Again, I can't get behind the story. So I probably won't be playing much 3DS Fire Emblem. I did play Echoes. I also like Echoes quite a bit, but I'm probably not going to be playing much 3DS Fire Emblem, mostly because I don't have a capture card for my 3DS, and emulating is iffy. I might do a 3DS emulator at some point, but for now, I'm probably going to be sticking to the games that I know and love a lot better. I love Shadow Dragon. I might do a Maniac mode. Is it Maniac mode? It's hard 5. I don't remember if it's called Maniac. Merciless, maybe. Run of Shadow Dragon. I've done one of those. It's tough as fuck, and it's also really not fun to watch unless it's an LTC, because there's a lot of turtling and a lot of turn grinding unless you're LTCing, and you've usually got to rig a crit or two for that. Most notably in chapters 2 and or 1 and 2 rather. No, 2 and 3. It's a lot of turtling if you're not crit rigging. So I might do some Shadow Dragon. Might do. Well, I've actually only ever played New Mystery of the Emblem once, so I might play that again. I might do a run of Shadow Dragon into New Mystery of the Emblem. I'm not sure. That could be cool. You know, if anyone actually watches this video, can let me know what you want to see in the comments, and that could influence, and you know, the one person who actually does that is going to have quite a bit of influence, because I doubt there are going to be that many comments. But yeah, really tell me what you want to see. I love Fire Emblem. I'll be open to doing pretty much anything. I'd be open to doing ROM hacks. So if you have a ROM hack you want to see, I'll do that. Can just see how we want to format these playthroughs. Did a little disclaimer though. Uploads will not be consistent at all. I'm in university, and I don't have a ton of time on my hands. You know, I had this week off, which is why I was able to bang out this playthrough, but typically the university lifestyle is not going to be letting me get much done with regard to Fire Emblem and uploading. But I'll try to upload as much as possible. I do really love playing Fire Emblem, and it's a nice way to unwind, even though, as you'll see, I rage relatively frequently. But it'll be fun. Let's see, what else can we say? Well, we're just getting through the last of this before we talk about the stats at the end. I guess one more little note setting up the channel is I have a Twitch channel that I stream on very infrequently. Twitch.tv/used_chicken, I believe. And mostly stream Counter-Strike on there, actually, which is completely different from Fire Emblem, but, you know, if you're into that, go over there and watch that. If not, I haven't streamed on there in months anyways. I might get back to it once I have a longer break, who knows. Let's see. Gen F and Ulki. Alright, might as well talk about... Well, just talk about some of these characters while we go through. Leanne was pretty useful in the playthrough. I mean, she's a dancer, so... or essentially a dancer, so obviously she's going to be really useful. Availability-wise, I'm trying to think. She's definitely got higher availability than Raphael, but all of those units tend to be the most useful in Part 4 anyways. Leanne was definitely peak usefulness in Part 4, you don't really... I mean, I don't know. Leanne's mostly available in Part 2 prior to that. And she's not that necessary. Volk is one of those characters that if I were doing an easier normal mode playthrough, I probably would have just leveled him up and brought him to Endgame, because he's such a fun character to play. But he's just not good enough to justify bringing to Endgame in hard mode. My hard 5 Endgame roster was the Laguz Royals plus Gifka and Skrimir, and then hard, Chill, and Shinon. And I kind of regretted bringing Shinon. I was planning on just using him at 3 range to snipe Degensia, and then I decided to just rush him with the Laguz Royals instead. I might have missed someone there, but yeah. Okay, yeah, so Ina went down, unfortunately. Yeah, she was transformed, and then Asher attacked her and like doubled her with 37 damage at fucking 5 range. It kind of triggered me, but it was okay. This is like the first playthrough I've had in a while where I never had to reset for a Gareth death, because I just didn't even bother deploying him on Endgame 4. Not a very good unit. Alencia, pretty good unit. I didn't bring her to Endgame this time. I know speedruns bring her to Endgame. I just recently watched Kirby Master's speedrun, and he brings her to Endgame. She's a fun unit. She can be good in Endgame if you put Dragonfell on her with Amity. You can imagine that does some damage, but I don't know. I didn't level her enough. I really didn't use her in Part 4, which might have been a mistake. I just basically soloed Part 4 with Tabarn. Well, that's not entirely true. I soloed most of the enemies with Tabarn and then just left a little squad to tank the spawns in 4-2, and then in 4-4 I literally soloed with Tabarn. Sorry, 4-5, what am I saying? Joffrey's a good unit. I really wish he had better availability. That's all I can really say about him. Lucia, not really that good a unit. The True Blades are really fun, though. They're fun units to use, mostly because they just look cool as shit. So if I did an easy mode playthrough, I would probably use the True Blades, like all of them, and just bring them all to endgame. Kieran was good. I don't typically use Kieran because I'm not in love with his availability. He's sort of, you get him for a bit in Part 2, and then you don't get him again until late Part 3, and then you have him for Part 4 and Endgame if you choose to bring him. But I don't love it. He's really good in Path of Radiance. He's much better availability. Oscar this is the first time I really used Oscar in a Radiant Dawn playthrough, and he was good as fuck. Mostly because his support with Ike gives them both 45 and bonus avoid. If you get them to A support, and that's just disgusting. So I loved that. But yeah. I'm kind of concerned that this video is going to stop recording because I'm not going to have space on my hard drive, but if it does, what the fuck ever, dude. Just while we're doing this, make sure there's space on my fucking hard drive, I guess. Yikes. OBS, that's right, OBS doesn't go to the back. This PC has 71 free gigabytes on my D drive. I'm thinking that should be enough. You know what I'm saying? I think 71 gigs, if this video is over 71 gigs, I'm gonna be fucking mad. Probably gonna uninstall OBS right there if this video is over 71 gigs. Returning to his family in Omaha. Very similar to Omaha, which is in Nebraska, I believe. Meg had an ordinary marriage in her village and had an ordinary family. Now, if you get Meg and Zahar to A support, do they get married? I've never done that because I've never fucking deployed Meg in enough maps to get her a support with anyone. But I don't know. To care for her mother. Yet somehow she always had money. So, well, that's kind of a nasty implication, isn't it? It's just, Well, you never know. It's just Heather's character. The implication is that she's prostituting herself to me. Maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. Gotta love Danved. Didn't use him. I never do. If you want to see Danved used in a Fire Emblem playthrough, go watch Mang's Radiant Dawn LP. I guarantee you he's going to use Danved. He uses him in Path of Radiance. You got it. If you have Mecha on. I mean, Christ, if I were co-commentating with Mecha, I'd use the shit out of Danved. But, yeah, you know. If I were co-commentating with Mecha, I would be a very happy boy. I don't know if that's going to happen, though. Titania remains second in command of the Grail Mercenaries. That's a good unit right there. Titania might be one of the best units in the entire franchise, to be honest. Not Radiant Dawn Titania. Radiant Dawn Titania is good. Path of Radiance Titania is a fucking god. On par with Seth, which is saying quite a lot, because I think Seth is the best unit in the entire franchise. Because he's one of the few units that's that strong in the early game, like Jagan strong in the early game, that actually remains viable for the entire game. You know, you got like Jagan and FE7 Marcus are both incredibly strong in the beginning and then sort of fall off. And then Aaron is the same in New Mystery of the Emblem. And you got FE6 Marcus is a fair bit stronger, but not, you know, I don't think he's quite as good as Seth. Maybe I'm wrong, but he's for me at least, he's never really lasted into late game. Seth has always been a member of my late game party in Sacred Stones. Titania's same thing in Path of Radiance. They're just so good. Radiant Dawn Har, I would say, is not quite as good, just even though he's a fucking god and he's better for the chapters that he's around, he's not able to have the impact on the entire game because there are chapters where he's just not there. So I think no one unit in Radiant Dawn is that good, just because of the mixed availability. Let's say Har is definitely the best unit in Radiant Dawn, though. A lot of people will say Jill. I know especially LTCers will say Jill, but you gotta give it to Har every time for me. Jill needs a lot more to get going, and does have a slow start, and she really pops off once you give her that, but Har doesn't need shit. Har doesn't need transfers, Har doesn't need stat boosters, and Har is just good no matter what. And he also, I mean, you can beat 3-2 in 2 turns, 3-5 in 1 turn. This is like, just soloing with Har, he's just amazing. He's such a strong unit. I'm never gonna get enough of Har. You're never gonna hear me stop talking about him. Soren is one of my favorite units. If you ever see a normal mode or easy mode playthrough by me, you know I'm bringing Soren to endgame, and you know I'm deliberately maxing every single one of his stats by using bonus experience, because he's just a fun-ass unit to use. Staff credits. This is a clear file, so I think we can skip the staff credits. Never mind. Oh, that's gonna be rough. Can you not? Wait, okay, you can. Thank God. Not that I don't want to credit the staff. It's just I've credited the staff thousands of times, ladies and gentlemen, thousands of times. In days long past, a young man strode the lands of Teleus. He was simple yet true, his deeds brave and noble. He reunited 2 races long at war, and healed the heart of a goddess long gone mad. I promise I'm not going to cry, chat. But I'm sentimental as fuck about this game. First time I played it, I was 9 years old, okay? If that gives you any idea. Maybe I was 10. I was young. Ask any you meet, be they young or old, Bjork or Laguz, of a hero named Ike, and you'll receive a warm smile, and a tale or two of faith, courage, and honesty. Yeah, I'm nostalgic as shit about this game. That's part of the reason it's my favorite Fire Emblem game. It's not my first one. My first Fire Emblem game was Shadow Dragon. Played that when I was 9 for sure. I think I was 10 when I played this the first time. Long ass time ago. This must have been my 10th or 11th full playthrough of Radiant Dawn. It's only 3 on here, because I played the first, I guess that would make it the first 8 on my Wii. don't have my Wii here with me at university. I got it on Dolphin. It's the third playthrough on Dolphin. Finn. You're going to see some interesting turn counts here, I'll tell you that much. I don't remember a lot of these. 10 turns for Under Gray Skies. Really? What the fuck was I doing? Yeah, I'm a slow player a lot of the time. I'm a turtle. It's like some of the chapters where I've figured out a really easy way to just speed through it, I do that, but a lot of the time I turtle. It's the way I play. I don't know why. I do not know why. It's because I like leveling units, but there's really, like, why the fuck even bother in hard mode, right? Don't get shit. Road to Empire, Silent Worlds, Distortions, yeah. Holy shit, Revelations took me over an hour. That's ridiculous. Oh, that's the Oliver chapter. Yeah, no, never mind. That's not that ridiculous, huh? Alright, here's the good part. Here's what I like to see. So yeah, Sanaki, I told you she got killed. Everyone else survives, so Renning didn't use. Laura I healed with, but that's it. Racing. Considered bringing him to Endgame. But yeah, Meg, don't fucking touch Meg or Fiona. Vika didn't get a kill though. That's surprising actually. I thought I would have used her at some point. Sigrun didn't get a kill, really? Now that legitimately surprises me, given part 4. Neolucci gets 1, probably in 2 prologue. Heather gets 2. I don't remember killing anyone with Heather, but okay. Kurth only gets 2, feels bad. Volt gets 3. I literally used him to shield Valencia while Tabarn killed Izuka. Peleus gets 4. I like bringing Peleus to endgame, but I couldn't justify it in this one. Mist gets 7. Thought about bringing her to endgame, then I wanted to infinite use the Matrona because I didn't remember you couldn't do that at the time. Gifka 11 wins. Canagus 12. Really? Riss had more because I spammed him in the Oliver chapter to try to promote him to Saint. Titania had 24 kills. I didn't use her that much this playthrough. Micaiah had 29. Really? Really? That's surprising. Soth at 50. I mean, that's what it's gotta be like, right? Nyla had 61. Really? Skrimir had 74. Okay, so who are we missing? Tabarn, Ike, Har, Jill, and Naysala? That's Jill. That's gonna be Jill for sure. 83 kills. I didn't use her that much this playthrough, huh? Yeah, I could have used Jill a lot more, and that might have made the Dawn Brigade less hell. Yeah, Naysala, 84. Really? I guess I used the shit out of him in Endgame. Or in part 4, huh? Tabarn, 85, third, and then it's going to be Ike second, Har first. I didn't think I used Ike that much this playthrough, to be honest. Jesus, Tabarn's at 85, Ike is going to be at fucking... Yeah, so Ike's at 108. Watch Har be over 200. Just watch. I know the way I play this game. Watch it. Nah, almost. Almost. 187. Still, fuck. He's such a good unit, dude. He's a god. Har is my #1 every fucking playthrough. I think I have my first playthrough might have been Gotri, because I was 10-year-old without generals. They're the best class in the game. So, I think Gotri's like literally my first playthrough. And we'll put a clear 2 there. Let's check it out, actually. Yeah, it's Har. That was a 497 turn. I wonder how low I could get my turn count without actual, without actually like planning an LTC. Be interesting. Anyways, thanks for watching this if you did. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where this goes.